Hi guys, welcome to today's shortcut. We're going to have a quick look at how we can encourage one another, or in other words, to cause somebody to have courage by something that you've done. But you know what we have to do first? Here's
this week's Bible Chapter Challenge.
In today's Bible Chapter Challenge, I want to ask you to read 1 Corinthians chapter 5. It's a great chapter on encouraging our encouraging conduct towards each other. So get reading and enjoy. Right, back to the shortcut. In Acts 4:36, we read of somebody who was given a name because he was so encouraging to others. It says in Acts 4:36, Joseph, a Levite from Cyprus, whom the apostles called Barnabas, which means son of encouragement. What a great name to be given. The apostles' naming of Barnabas shows the real importance of encouragement. So how can we encourage one another just like Barnabas did? Well, we could do worse than encouraging each other by example. Earlier in Acts 4, Barnabas led by example, and it says this: all the believers were in one heart and mind. No one claimed that any of their possessions was their own, but they shared everything that they had. Joseph, a Levite from Cyprus, whom the apostles called Barnabas, which means son of encouragement, sold a field that he owned and brought the money and put it at the apostles' feet. He led by example. We can see more on how we can encourage by example in Romans 1:12, where it talks of encouragement by example of living active faith. And then in 1 Corinthians 8:10, by the example of being careful not to abuse freedom. Number 2, we can encourage one another with our words. We can read in Acts 14:22, strengthening the disciples and encouraging them to remain true to the faith. We must go through many hardships to enter the kingdom of God, they said, but they encouraged each other with words. We can encourage by letter and speech. Acts 15:30 and 32. It says this: so men were sent off and went down to Antioch, where they gathered the church together, and they delivered the letter. The people read it and they were glad for its encouraging message. Judas and Silas, who themselves were prophets, said much to encourage and strengthen the believers. Also in 1 Corinthians 14:13 and then verse 31, it tells us that preaching is for encouragement. We can also encourage with the promises. Read 1 Thessalonians 4:18. Number 3, we can encourage with just being there or our presence. Tychicus encouraged with news. In Ephesians 6:21-22, Tychicus, the dear brother and faithful servant of the Lord, will tell you everything so that you also may know how I am and what I'm doing. I'm sending him to you for this very purpose, so that you may know how we are. And they were encouraged. You can also see this in Colossians, where the encouragement came by Paul's presence. But most importantly, you can read it in Hebrews 10:25. That encouragement can come with your presence, you being there. We read, and let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day of the Lord approaching. So, how can we encourage one another in faith? Number 1, with good example. Number 2, with words and letters that encourage. And number 3, with our presence, with our being there in church, with worship and other activities of the church. So guys, that's it for another shortcut. See you next time. Take care, be encouraging, and God bless you.